What's up? We got Arrow Season 3, Episode 20, The Fallen. So this episode starts off with Oliver discovering Thea's dead body, and Thea is dead. R.I.P. Thea. Oi, 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 oi. No, Thea's not actually dead. Yeah, she's treated by this doctor that we will never see or hear from again. Oh yeah, so Oliver decides the only choice is to save Thea, is to take her to the Lazarus pit. So he beats up Maceo. He's like, Maceo, and Oliver's like, Maceo's like, the only way to save Thea is to take her to take her place as the head of as the heir to the demon. And Oliver's like, okay, I'll just take my sister here. No conditions, no worries. And Malcolm Merlin's like, yeah, Malcolm Merlin actually cries during Thea comatose body. I'm like, dude, this was all your fault. If you hadn't have killed Sarah, Thea wouldn't be dead. So I blame you, and Oliver else does too. And I agree. But Oliver's like, hey. Oliver's like, hey, actually Merlin's like, hey, we could take her to Star Labs, but he's like, hey, Star Labs, he proceeds to ignore him and says, Star Labs can't help her. But who can? The League of the Lazarus Pit. So he said, so Oliver reveals to who Felicity decided to come. He reveals to her that that he came back to Lianyu while he was in Hong Kong. When he came back to Starling City while he was in Hong Kong, and he discovered that Thea was doing drugs. And once he discovered it, he snapped neck for a drug dealer. Wow, dark show, dark for my show. So yeah, so he's like, welcome back, Asahim. Welcome to. So yeah, so they decided to put Thea. In the pit, and Thea comes out, but she's super confused. She doesn't know where she is. She thinks Oliver is dead. She thinks her mom's still alive, and she trusts Malcolm. And she calls Malcolm Dad. Even though if this is all he's dead Thea, she wouldn't remember him and think that Robert's her dad, or she thinks that Robert's her dad, or she's envisioning him as Robert, or she has similar memories, but she's kind of confused. And he's like, hey, she's in a confused state. But I was like, she'll be fine. She thinks that Moira's still alive, dude. Look what you've done, Ollie. So yeah, so Felicity says to cheat on her boyfriend. Does she even care about Ray? Yeah, she cheats on Ray with Oliver and makes out with him. I'm like, come on, Felicity, you cheat on your boyfriend with your ex. I was like, does Felicity even care about Ray? Does she? Because if she's going to immediately sleep with Oliver, her better decision would be choosing her boyfriend, Ray, over her guy that rejected her, Oliver. But no, she chooses to sleep with Oliver because the show's like, who cares? We want all these scenes, so we want full Oliver scenes. So even though it kind of dictates the actions of our characters, we're gonna do it anyway. So yeah, they did it anyway. So Maceo has a really cool scene with Diggle, and Diggle mentions about how Rob mentions, Maceo's only a memory. He's Sarab. And he's like, who cares whatever you call yourself? And he's like, what I've done when he holds his dying child in his arms, which proves that Kyo is Kyo's dead. And And yeah, he used the kid in the flashbacks. Don't talk about them. Don't talk about him. And yeah, now we know he's dead. So now we know he's dead. So we can do the oh my Kyo's dead. We can do that now. You can do that now. He can rest in fictional peace. Since the actors are still alive. So yeah. So then we see. So Felicity's like, what you're making Oliver do is insane. What you're making Oliver do, making him leave his family, making him leave his home. You're insane, my little girl. Insane, bro. You're insane. You're insane. Ra's al Ghul, you're insane. Ra's al Ghul. That's a song. That should be an actual song. That should be an actual song. You're insane. Ra's al Ghul, you're insane. We'll put Oliver in this situation. Yeah. You're insane. Put Oliver in this situation. What he has to choose between being Oliver and outside him. Yeah, that should be an actual song. I recommend you petition my fake song to be a real song that I should record. So anyway, you put Oliver in this situation, bro. So yeah, so actually Merlin did. But yeah, so Oliver decides to pretend to be a bad guy for a bit, saying he's Oliver Queen. He's also him. Wali al Ghul, heir to the demon. Was Al Ghul, heir to the demon? I'm like, this is so dumb name. Wali al Ghul. Like, that is so dumb. Or Wali al Ghul. That's so dumb. I don't know what they call it. But still, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's just a dumb name. Wali al Ghul, heir to the demon. That's so dumb. Yeah, I feel like season 2 had a better final act than season 3. Season 3 had Oliver, by the episode of the last season, Oliver dealt with like a bunch of stuff. But this season just has him fake brainwashed into being evil. That's not fun. That's boring. Like, I feel like the first arcs of this season, the final arc, the first 3 last episodes of season 1 and 2 were way better than this. I know we're only have 3 episodes left, but I'm just saying the arcs like this is episode 20. I'm just saying they had better episode 20s in the first 2 seasons of this than this season itself. I'm going to say that. Is that they have better final arcs in the first 2 seasons than the show itself. I am going to say that hands down, baby. Hands down, baby. Hands down. So anyway, yeah. But anyway, back to Oliver gets them out there saying that he's Wali al Ghul, heir to the demon, and then Thea's just like, no. And it's like, what? What is she even saying? Why is she saying no? Like, so she's like, Ollie, are you gonna come with us? Because now she's on no longer confused. She remembers everything. She remembers that she's Merlin, and so she's like, Ollie, are you coming with us? And Malcolm's gonna drive you home. Like, Ollie, what if these two have a cat fight in there? You don't care if these two have a cat fight? Because I think Merlin liked for a bit that confused Thea actually cared about him, but unconfused Thea actually hates him, along with the audience. I don't like Malcolm Merlin. So he's like, Thea, hold up. Oliver totally sacrificed himself by giving him the title of Ra's al Ghul. Is Felicity gonna, and he's like, and he also tells her, Felicity, she got her boyfriend Oliver. He doesn't actually tell her that, but I thought that was funny to add. Because is Felicity gonna tell her boyfriend that she's like to randomly cheat on her boyfriend with her ex? Like, Felicity, That's not good character. That's not good character arc. You cheat on your boyfriend with the guy yeah. Anyway, so she's like, Oliver's joined the League of Assassins, and she's like, no, I didn't say shit. I don't know why I said shit. It's weird. So yeah. So then I was like, I was like, so it's like, Ross is like, who betrayed me? And Slade's like, when I was like, Maceo's like, so I was like, I did, sir. And he's like, you only did because you let Maceo take hold of you again. Take hold. But by kneeling before him, it seems like you still have Throb back in control. I'm not gonna kill you, bro. So, yeah. So then he's like, Oliver Queen's dead, and only Al-Fahim the arrow remained, and burns the season 3 title card without the arrow thing into his back, getting Stephen Amell another tattoo, and that's the end of the episode. And he's like, and yeah, so the new title card for this season is, so Oliver now says in every intro, he says, my name was Oliver Queen. For 3 years, I fought to save his city, but to save his sister, he had to become someone else. He had to become something else. I really enjoy that. I liked it better too, where he says his name is Oliver Queen, and he says his name was Oliver Queen. But anyways, that's it for this video. I'll see you next time for some more Arrow.